You never know. I pulled Greg into blog life.
Nice.
That's right, it's been time. If you've been following along, you know what's going on between our guy, Greg Wolf, and the big cat from Stool Sports. Pat Donovan, Aaron Jacobson with you for another half an hour, but we're going to get right into this thing. We broke it down in the last segment. We've been talking. I got to be honest, I thought Big Cat was going to come in here pretty tough. I'm a little nervous that he's a little afraid because he's got hockey pads on today.
In Florida, by the way.
In Florida.
89 degrees right now currently.
Yes.
And he's full on gear.
I'm not scared of anything. First of all, you guys, I already know the tactics you're pulling. Because you made me stand outside in the heat. You know I'm a fat guy. And then you don't give me headphones, so I can't hear. I know something's going on in these headphones. There's some kind of
dead air right
producer
now.
sending you guys stuff.
I took you 5 laps around the building, too, to give you a little sweat as well.
All dizzy. So I got it. It's an away game for me.
Yes.
I'm here in Tampa. It's a beautiful, awful hellhole of a city.
Oh, all right. Shut his mic off.
Yeah.
Shut his damn mic.
Shots
Listen,
on our
first of
city.
all, I would typically give you the first go at Greg here, but home field advantage.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you're talking crap about my boy Greg Wolf and about Tampa Bay.
All right,
We got to give it a Greg.
Let's rewind a little bit because, like you set it up, there's a company out there called Suzy, and they have a great line of half suit, half jerseys, which obviously people have been wondering where did Greg get that Lightning jacket. And the Big Cat obviously representing Chicago, and the company decided to put out a post on Facebook and put a side-by-shot of he and I and said this is the first ever Suzy series, which was great. And said made, great competition between these two teams, whatever. So I took the advantage of that and saw that and researched this guy and said, wow, this guy's got 120-something thousand followers on Twitter.
No big deal.
No big deal. So all I did was retweet the brand's post and said, this guy in Chicago, this blogger in Chicago is trying to be like us here in Tampa. Nice porn stash, bro. Which, by the way, that's a pretty glorious porn stash.
Thank you. And it's a man to admit that as well.
I'll give him that. A nice porn stash, bro.
Thank you.
Who wore it better? So that post, somebody either from his camp or whatever, found my Facebook post, which is hilarious because my Facebook's not private. It's not like I took this to Twitter. It's not like I took this to Instagram right away. Found it and decided to let this guy know about it. And he obviously took it then to Twitter. And that obviously did exactly what I hoped it would do.
Are you claiming this was your plan from the start?
Greg,
come on.
Hold on, no. Let me finish. You, sir, are a blogger. That is what you do as a profession. Am I correct?
Correct.
And you talk about sports, and that's what you do.
Yes.
My job is a marketing and promotions director, meaning I'm not involved in the world that you're in. My job and my background is promotions and marketing. And you can ask these guys.
Did you go to school for that?
Absolutely, I went to college for that.
Best at it as well.
Degree, but
Okay, cool, great. So that's why I have 7 different jobs in this Tampa area. You think my only job is quote-unquote hype man for the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Yes.
Let me review that. I'm actually 20 years in the radio business in Tampa, Florida.
Nice.
I am the promotions and marketing director for 3 iHeartRadio brands in Tampa, 95.7 The Beat, which is Tampa Bay's hip-hop and R&B, 620 WDAE, which is home of the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Rays, 970 WFLA, which is our news talk station, also home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I forgot to throw in the Florida Gators there as well. In-arena MC host for the Tampa Bay Lightning. In-arena host for the Tampa Bay Storm Arena football team. In-arena stadium host for the USF Bulls
I'm
football,
falling asleep.
basketball. Should I go on? And I also have a promotions and marketing company called Street Lights Marketing and Promotions, 10 years in business in the Tampa Bay area. So, going off of that, you don't think that this was calculated? You don't think that I wanted people in Chicago mentioning my name, some guy in Tampa that nobody knew about, who all of a sudden has increased his Twitter followers, increased his Instagram followers, and has created a name for himself, whether he wanted it or not, in Chicago? True or false?
False, because you did it on Facebook, and I think my grandmother and aunt are the last 2 people on Facebook.
So you're saying those, how many?
But I don't know how they do it in Florida. I feel like in Florida, Facebook is still kind of a hot thing, right? You guys still go on Facebook.
How many millions, or should I say billions of users are on Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, it's all China. China's the millions on China.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
All right, so my only question is, you come at me for the stash, And you have a goatee. You have that Florida goatee that's like...
this looks like a beard guy.
Well, you got the thing around the... whatever it is.
I mean, I got a goatee all the time. What's wrong with goatees?
Everyone I see in Florida has that goatee. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. All right,
looks like a beard to me. But
so, Greg, I guess my only question is, I mean, what was you went out on Facebook?
And said nice porn stash and said who wore it better. Talk about the jacket.
Yeah, but then everything you've come at me with has been so lame. I can't even argue with you.
I only tweeted one thing, and it was yesterday after the original tweet. Is that true or false?
It was like nice upper lip, dude.
No. Well, I said you called me out and said on the food chain that I'm still below you on the food chain.
Oh yeah. So you're throwing out the B word. I don't appreciate that.
The B word?
What's the B word?
The hard blogger word. You're using it as an insult, but that's fine. People like you think that, bloggers are just sitting in their sweatpants with pizza stains on their shirt all day. And for the most part, that's true.
Greg, people like you, hold on. It's right, you're right. People like you think bloggers are just guys who sit behind a computer and show up at radio stations in hockey gear.
Yeah, well, I showed up, didn't I?
That's true.
I don't even know you guys.
Guys,
absolutely.
And Pat and I were talking about this earlier. Pat's an instigator. I feel like you guys need to be friends and mend this, squash the beef. I saw on Twitter you invited into Entourage.
Oh yeah, you want to go see Entourage with me? I feel like that's right up your alley.
Come on, let's go to
that's right up your alley. I feel like ticket sales would do well in Tampa Bay area for the movie Entourage.
As well as it should, because it was a great series.
Thank you, Greg. That proved my point.
Also, Johnny Drama and Mark Wahlberg, all of them are a bunch of posers now, right?
Saw the movie last night, and it was a fantastic movie. I'm off you.
Caricature.
All right, so let me ask you another question. Because again, I don't know your background. Actually, I would love to know, how did you get to blogger status? Like, what is your background in the business to get to where you're at?
I just started my own blog, and Barstool Sports. We're actually based out of Boston, and we have cities in Boston, Chicago, D.C., New York. No. You went to school to party.
So you went to high school?
I went to school to have a good time. You went to school and you pretended you were like, what, a communications major? That's what all the athletes do.
So working for iHeartMedia, which is one of the biggest entertainment couples in the world.
Let's talk about Florida, though. The worst state in the world, right?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Florida's
hold on.
That's why all Chicago people move to Florida.
Yeah.
I believe Chicago has overtaken Detroit as the murder capital of the United States.
Okay? We've got, like Greg said, many people in this building from Chicago.
This is true.
One of the people in this building told me a great story about the city of Chicago, at least the half that you can walk in. I mean, come on now.
So, now Florida is no cup of tea either.
Of course not.
The oldest, you got all your people come here to die.
Right.
You have all the serial killers, the meth heads.
Lots of them.
What is it? Everyone.
It's character.
It's the leading capital of
don't say murder,
identity fraud. Identity fraud. Right?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You guys live in a swamp.
Steal my identity before you murder me. Steal my identity before you murder me.
You guys actually like living in Florida, though.
Love it.
Love it.
We play golf?
Honest to God, hold on. Honest to God, I moved here with the experience, with the idea of getting experience in this business and then moving to a bigger city. And I'm here. I love it.
So you admit that Tampa's a second-rate city, kind of small potatoes.
No,
yeah, you just did.
I didn't.
You just did. You said you were thinking about moving to a bigger city.
Shut his mic off for a second. I thought it was a second-rate city, and then I moved here, and I loved it. Look, we saw the pictures of you on the internet yesterday. You loved it too.
You had a cigar in your mouth. You were in Tampa.
Hold on. Tell me the
True
truth.
or false? You visited 2001 last night, whether you win it or not. Did you?
Yeah,
Strip club capital of the world.
We got a friend who knows a guy who was at the club.
Who knows the guy?
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. How many realtors have you spoke to since you've been here?
Listen, you said everything. I came here being like, all right, I'm gonna feel these guys out, and you tipped your hand just a second ago saying I moved to Tampa, and I was thinking about moving to a bigger market, but then I stayed in Tampa.
Look,
you guys are
we're not the biggest
small
market.
Potatoes, junk market. No one thinks about Tampa.
Have you been to Amalie? Have you been to Amalie yet?
Up in your ass tonight.
I'm going tonight.
You're going tonight.
I'm going to the game tonight.
Go to Amalie Arena and tell me this fan base isn't passionate.
It's fine. You can fill 18,000 people. I'm talking about the entire city.
Chicago wasn't filling 18,000 people 10 years ago.
Great. Neither were you guys before you won a cup.
That's incorrect.
That is not incorrect. Look at the stats.
We won the cup 11 years ago.
And look at the stats. Before you won the cup, after you won the cup, the attendance went down.
Right. Attendance went down in a city so much smaller than Chicago.
So you're saying the terrible ownership, which is exactly what happened in Chicago. So we can agree there.
That's a wash.
Okay, there you go.
Fine.
So, all right, so let's talk about this ticket policy because you guys pretend that Chicago is upset about it when we're not.
I love it.
Oh, boy!
No, I don't care.
Your entire media, you're in the media. The media was the one who went AWOL.
Greg, as a promotions major in college, you know that's the page views. We write the blogs. We talk about it on the radio because everyone wants to hear about it and get lathered up.
Because
no one actually cares.
Misinformed.
You fell into our trap.
I would have never even spoken about it. I would have never even spoken about it.
Here's my question.
Pissing and moaning for Blackhawks.
Here's my question about the ticket policy. Because everyone that I've talked to has said it doesn't really matter. You can go into the arena with Blackhawks gear. It's not a big deal. I'm going to go in like this tonight,
awesome.
and I'll have no problem. So why even have it? If it's not a big deal, why even mention it? Because what you guys end up doing is looking like a second-rate city that is worried about fans coming in and taking over the stadium.
No, instead what it is our ownership group and the people who run the Lightning saying, we don't give a damn about Blackhawks fans.
No, that's not what they're saying.
We're doing what it is to make the experience the best for our fans.
No, you're saying I'm scared of Blackhawks fans taking over.
So we were scared of Ranger fan, we were scared of Montreal fan, we were scared of Detroit fans, and we kicked their asses right out of town.
But that has nothing to do with the fans. I'm talking. Now this is where we probably disagree because you are the in-arena energizer. So you think the Jumbotron when the noise meter goes
up. Don't steal one of your tweet guys.
Yeah, that's my guy. I own that guy. He's my intern.
I own that guy.
Because my intern tweeted something that I can use it.
Oh, yeah.
Awful.
No, Eddie gave
me
that.
We're done, Jay. One job.
Can I have one last question?
Absolutely.
What? Can you explain the third leg Greg name to me?
I would love to.
I don't understand.
First of all, that name was given to me when I started in radio as an intern, as most people in this business did. I was an intern for the Hooters on the radio show. Imagine that Hooters girls had a morning show.
And they called you third leg? That's not pretty bad.
By the way. I actually like that.
All right, so the girls gave me the name 3rd Greg because they said I had a lot of balls to do the stuff that I did. I did not give a F. And the funny part is, the very first gig that I had in 96, when the Tampa Bay Lightning built the Ice Palace, and the big news of the day was the first sheet of ice ever was being installed in the Ice Palace, and my job that morning was to do whatever it took to stand center ice. No media credentials, no nothing. You have to get down there and get center ice. And somehow, someway, I finagled my way into that arena and stood center ice and made my call.
With the third leg.
And
that's not too bad. Not too bad of a nickname.
It's a great nickname.
I mean, it's a really sweet nickname.
Now
all the chicks on Twitter are like, wow, man, 3rd leg Greg.
Exactly.
Big Cat, you're going to be there tonight.
Yes.
Greg. Now, do you have control over the Jumbotron at all? Now, you got to get game operations and let them know.
Every your resume again. You sure you don't have control of it?
Every time the Lightning score, I want to see this disgusting mustache on the Jumbotron in the jersey.
Who's his jersey of, by the way?
Patrick Sharp.
It's been a while.
How many rings does he have?
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we're living in the now.
His name's on the Stanley Cup. Yeah, that's convenient. Yeah, I heard you guys on the radio saying your window is a sliding door. That's really nice. That, you know what that is? That's defeatist talk. You guys are already talking about the future.
That's optimism, baby.
You gotta live in the now.
That's optimism.
We're living in the now. We're in the Stanley Cup against the Chicago Blackhawks.
And you're talking about the future.
We're living in now and the next 10 years. Sliding glass door, baby.
I have a question for you, since obviously I don't know what you do in Chicago besides blog. What do you do personally to give back to your community?
Oh, we do a lot of charity stuff. I do charity stuff all the time.
What do you do?
We've done charity. I'm saying we as Barstool Sports.
Okay.
Well,
what have you done?
What have you done, though?
I've done charity many times. Gone out to
charity
events,
people.
Retweeted fundraisers. Yeah,
retweeted fundraisers.
No, we've reached.
Have you created any events yourself that have given back to the
I can't believe we're going this way.
Do you help people? Do you care about humanity?
Your city is in turmoil. What are you
talking about the
doing?
Stanley Cup Finals, and you're trying to do a measuring stick of how much money you've raised and how much you've helped the community.
I'm saying, what do you do besides blog and give your opinions? What do you do? What contribution do you have to your city?
I make people laugh. What do you do?
I do a lot. I just told you the 17 jobs I have in this city.
Listen, you get people to clap, and they would have clapped anyway. I make people laugh.
One job.
I get people every single day. They go into their miserable cube and they come on Barstool Sports and they see me and they laugh.
They laugh at your mustache.
That's right.
All you do
is rally up 20,000 fans in my city. How many times a week?
You do the same job that a robot could do.
Sure.
Oh.
Can a robot make someone anyone laugh? No.
Yes.
Hey, Greg, you'll see it tonight. The personality this man brings into the Emily Arena, you're going to see it on the Jumbotron. You're going to go, I was wrong.
There's no chance I'll say I was wrong.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I won't because I'm just stubborn.
At the end of the line here, the point is that I obviously had a strategy with what I was trying to do, and it obviously worked. I'm thanking you. Increase my Twitter following.
They're all going to unfollow you, by the way.
That's great.
I already had people say, remind me to unfollow me.
And haters will continue to follow the things that they hate. And people in Chicago are mentioning my name. Thank you yesterday for putting me on your video blogcast and mentioning my name. Some guy who had
blogcast.
Yeah, whatever it is that you guys do, and you're like, Greg, I'm at the top of the food chain. Whatever that is part of your blog.
Okay.
So thank you for keeping my name in the mouths of people in Chicago. People tweeting at me that they are wasting their time, their valuable time, to actually create memes and send them to me on Twitter, which is hilarious. You guys make me laugh. Thank you. Keep them coming. I appreciate Chicago talking about 3rdLegGreg, who did not exist in your city last week. If you don't think that was strategic, you're an idiot.
I mean, I'm sitting on your radio station right now.
Because you're in the market. Because of my promotion.
And you don't think I'm able to get page views and stuff out of this. I'm doing a video as we speak. So.
Which is great.
All right, quick final words from both of you. Big Cat, you go first since you're the visiting team.
Blackhawks in 5. I'll give you guys tonight because
Where's the buzzer, Jay?
I'm sure Greg is going to get the crowd real lathered up, and it will really get all the guys to.
The poor mustache and lather. Come on, man.
They'll play a little harder because Greg will get everyone pumped up. So Blackhawks in 5. I appreciate you guys having me on, and I appreciate Tampa Bay being, I guess, existing, but not really. Like, if you guys fell off the face of the earth into the ocean, I wouldn't care.
And before I pass it on to Greg, we have to commend you. You are a man. You manned up, and you came in, and you backed yourself up. Yeah. So, respect to you.
Respect to him.
Greg, final words.
I'm going to say Lightning in 6, as I've said since day one. And the porn stash is legendary. I will give him that. And I am a bigger man, so I am thanking him for falling into the plan that I had all along. So thank you.
Now, in the Jewish tradition, we like to break bread.
We do.
I'm Jewish. Greg is Jewish. And
you brought challah?
I did not bring challah, but I feel like we should put some food on the table. We should nosh, and we can squash this.
I agree.
It's a little sausage. Chicago sausage.
I should have.
Damn it.
But listen, thank you guys for both being here. You're both men, and a good series. That's all we can hope for.
There you go.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys in Chicago. I love you. Thank you guys.
In Tampa, I need you. Tampa, I need you.
Keep enjoying Ebor and those cigars, buddy.
Hey, I like Chicago-style hot dogs, but that's about it. If you want to